I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome in, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Of course, game 1 was against Crossroads League foe Indiana Wesleyan. St. Francis winning it 7-3, taking the series 2-1 over the Wildcats. With the win, St. Francis improved its record to 12-21 overall, 6-6 in Crossroads League play. That'll put them in a 3-way tie for 4th place with Goshen College and Spring Arbor. Today's opponent in game number 2 is Indiana Tech, the Warriors' crosstown rival. Tech comes into today's game ranked number 22 in the country. Previously, they were ranked number 16. Tech with an 18-10 overall record. They are 5-1 in Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play. The starting pitcher for St. Francis will be Conor Adams. Conor with a 6.75 ERA in 17.1 innings pitched. He's given up 24 hits, 16 runs. 13 of those runs are earned, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts, opposing batters hitting .333 against Conor Adams. And the starting pitcher for Indiana Tech will be number 36, Mark Morgan. Leading off for Tech today will be number 4, Jacob Alvarez. Number 5, Grant Heisinger. Number 7, Glen Mclean. Number 14, Branson Dawson. Number 20, Jake DeFries. Number 24, Jay-Sean Simon. Number 6, Kyle Harvey. Number 15, Manuel Asanio. And number 2, Brandon Burch. DeFries leads the team with a .417 batting average. Dawson at .405. Heisinger, .391. As a team, Indiana Tech's batting .293. St. Francis batting .278. Last time out for Conor Adams. It's against Lawrence Tech. He faced 6 batters, gave up 5 runs, 3 of those earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout on 2 hits. One of Conor's better outings was against Indiana Wesleyan. Not today, but first time around on March 23rd. In 9 at-bats, he gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, had 4 strikeouts. Conor wears number 24. He's a junior, 6'3", 215 from Noblesville, Indiana. So Alvarez, the right fielder, enters today with a .322 batting average, 29 hits, 19 runs scored, 90 ABs, 18 RBI. 12 walks, 7 strikeouts. And he's 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Head coach for Indiana Tech is Kit McWilliams in his 12th season. Alvarez is from Sacramento, California. Mendocino College is where he transferred in from. 6 foot, 210 pounds for the junior. Cougars looking to pick up their 3rd win in a row. It's that first pitch will miss low and outside for ball 1. On the season, St. Francis has yet to put together 3 consecutive victories. But once again, taking the series from Indiana Wesleyan 2-1. This account's evened up at 1 apiece. The first series, St. Francis played against Crossroads League foe Goshen. Cougars dropping that series 1-2 after taking game number 1. So 2-1 is your count. Alvarez. Ball ripped into right field. McCowan on it for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here for Conor Adams. That'll bring up Grant Heisinger. Heisinger, a .391 batting average, has only played in 7 games, has started all 7. 9 hits, 5 runs scored, and 23 at-bats with 7 RBI. 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. He's 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. It's Jacob Nagy behind the plate, making up the battery with Adams. Indiana Tech enters today with 58 stolen bases. They rank number 23 in the country, averaging 2.1 steals per game. St. Francis entering today with 41 stolen bases under its belt. 2-0's the count. Heisinger is a junior utility player, 6'4", 180 pounds, from Elk Grove, Illinois. The catcher, Jacob Nagy, is listed at 6'2". But standing right next to each other, they look like they're the same height. Maybe Nagy an inch taller. So 3-1 the count. Ball swung on, popped into shallow left field. Third baseman Caden Sullivan going to make the grab for out number 2. Sullivan playing a really good third base here for your Cougars. That'll bring up the number 3 batter, Glen Mclean, first baseman. McLean last year was the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Player of the Year. He's a senior, 6'2", 230 from Fremont, Indiana. He transferred to Tech from Xavier University. First pitch will be in there for a strike. A .366 batting average. He has 34 hits, 17 runs scored, 93 at-bats, 7 home runs. He ranks number 23 in the country, averaging .27 home runs per game, 19 RBI, and a slugging percentage of .688, which ranks him number 31 in NAIA. Takes that for a strike. Down in this count, 1-2. 18 walks, 7 strikeouts, and he's a perfect 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts for Glen Mclean. Pitch misses high and outside. We're evened up at 2 apiece. For Indiana Wesleyan, they're coming off back-to-back wins, a sweep against UNOH, 11-1 and 8-5. McLean leads the team in batting average and RBI. The 2-2 popped up. Tyler Prince, the first baseman, underneath it for out number 3. We will head to the bottom of the first, tied at 0 here at the World Baseball Academy at the Ash Center.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitcher for Indiana Tech is Mark Morgan. A 13.5 ERA entering today in 2 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting .286 against Morgan. Morgan, a junior, is listed at 6'6", 220 pounds from Wixom, Michigan. Looking at the heights on Tech's roster, might be padded by about an inch. Pretty common, actually, especially in football. I'll put together the football roster for St. Francis. Sometimes the guys come in wanting an extra inch in height, maybe an extra 5 pounds in weight, depending on the position. Leading it off for the Cougars, Brady Harris. He was 2 for 5 with 2 runs and an RBI in that first game against Wesleyan, a 7-3 win for the Cougars. Harris entering today with a 192 batting average. Playing a solid shortstop for Coach Dustin Butcher in his first season. That first pitch is grooved in for a strike on the fastball for Mark Morgan. Morgan, the big righty, just misses there inside. So the count's evened up at 1 apiece. St. Francis entering today with the 3rd best team batting average in the Crossroads League. Tied for 8th best ERA. Harris down the count 1-2. Cougars team ERA at 5.83. Indiana Tech with a 4.41 team ERA. Tech is virtually nationally ranked in almost all the important categories. So gets Harris looking for out number 1. That'll bring the plate Tyler Prince. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI against Indiana Wesleyan earlier today. Getting the start at first base. Was a DH against Wesleyan. That first game started at 3 p.m., ended about 5:30. That was a 9-inning game. Got this game started right on time at 7. Off-speed pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Your catchers, Brandon Burch. No, excuse me, Manuel Asanio, number 15. Ball ripped into right center field. Making the catch, Jay-Sean Simon for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Your batter is number 33, Noah Frymuth. 1 for 3 with a run and 2 walks. game number 1 earlier today. Frymouth back-to-back Crossroads League Player of the Week. Not this current week, but the previous 2. Last year, Indiana Tech was your regular season champions in the WAC. They've done that 7 times since 1993. And 6 times they were the tournament champions. Last year, I believe they lost to Madonna for the tournament championship. 0-1 the count to Frymouth. Noah entering today with a team best 28 RBI, 3rd best in the Crossroads League. Tyler Prince at 25 RBIs. Prince added 1 in game 1 today, so he's now up to 26. Just 2 behind Frymouth as that ball's in the dirt, 2-1. Last year, Kit McWilliams, head coach for Tech, was the WAC Coach of the Year. Here on this artificial surface, do not expect any errors, especially from the infield. Big swing and a miss. We're evened at 2. Indiana Tech ranks number 31 in the country in fielding percentage at .963. 2-2 with 2 outs. Once again, Morgan on the bump. Just 2 innings pitched on the season. That ball is going to get away from the catcher, so Frymouth will take first on the swing and a miss. That'll bring up number 25, Tanner Gaff. Gaff walked and had an RBI. Walking with bases loaded there against Wesleyan. Gaff, the big lefty, started game number 2 yesterday in the win against Bethel. Cougars winning at 7-3. Excuse me, 7-5. So that's a stolen base for Frymouth. It's 0-1 your count with 2 outs. It's Frymouth at second. Gaff, 1 home run on the season. That came in game 1 against Goshen. Check swing for a strike. 0-2's the count. Gaff, a .237 batting average, 14 hits, 11 runs scored, and 59 at-bats. 1 home run, 12 RBI, 16 walks, 14 strikeouts. Frymouth looking to be the first run of the game here on second with 2 outs. Morgan went to Lake Western High School. Walled Lake Western from Wixom, Michigan. So that one's going to get out of play. Count remains at 0-2. Got to get the live stats connected here on our Game Changer account. University of St. Francis Cougars varsity, if you're on Game Changer. 0-2 to Gaff. Morgan's going to come with a fastball, just misses on the outside corner. 1-2. Tanner once again 16 walks to just 14 strikeouts with an on-base percentage of .438. His on-base percentage is second best on the team, only to Tyler Prince. Breaking ball. That'll miss low and in. 2-2 your count. Prince entering today a .484 on-base percentage. Here comes the 2-2 from Morgan. Nobody holding Frymouth. That one just got a piece of the ball, but a good job by the catcher squeezing it for out. Number 3, we'll head to the top of the second. Still scoreless here from the Ash Center. Here in the top of the second, Indiana Tech will lead off with Branson Dawson, Jake DeFries, and Jay-Sean Simon, the center fielder. Simon leads the team in stolen bases. He's got 12 on the season. That's more than any player in this game. He's 12 of 13 in stolen base attempts. Only batting .120. And only with 25 at-bats under his belt. Branson Dawson ranks number 48 in the country with 11 doubles. He bats .405 on the season. 30 hits, 21 runs scored, and 74 at-bats. Three home run, 26 RBI, 16 walks, 11 strikeouts, 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Breaking ball falls in for strike one. Swung on, driven right down the third base line. Jordan Siddons, the starting left fielder, tracking it down in the corner. That's going to be a leadoff double for Dawson. Bring up Jake DeFries. DeFries with the team best .417 batting average. Obviously, McLean's batting .366 with 93 at-bats. Daktronics has him listed with the best batting average, but DeFries batting .417, 25 hits, 23 runs scored, and 60 ABs. 1 home run, 16 RBI, 10 walks, 13 strikeouts, 3 for 4 in stolen base attempts for the lefty. He's only a freshman from Crown Point, Indiana, Crown Point High School. Listed at 6'3", 160. Again, Jacob Nagy, the catcher, listed at 6'2", which gives you a good idea. Nagy's a pretty solid 6'2". It's going to be Conor Adams from the stretch now with Dawson at second. Looking to be the go-ahead run, and wow, getting nipped on the heel there was DeFries, so he'll take first on the hit by a pitch. Third base open here with 0 outs. Runners at first and second, Jay-Sean Simon. Simon's a junior from Kennewick, Washington. Yakima Valley College is where he transferred in from. He too is listed at 6'3". So both runners will advance on the pass ball. One 0 is your count. Coach Dustin Butcher out there to talk with Adams after this rough start to the top of the second. Runners in scoring position. Wesleyan on the year, or excuse me, Tech on the year, 6-6 versus top 25 opponents. They opened up with back-to-back wins against Freed Hardman out of Tennessee, and they were ranked number 2 in the country. Most recently, they lost 9-7 against Taylor, who was ranked number 20 in the country. They have since fallen out of the top 25. Taylor was tied with Indiana Wesleyan for 9th place in the Crossroads League, but after the loss today for the Wildcats, Taylor has 9th place all to themselves. It's Wesleyan in 10th place in the Crossroads League. The WAC has 11 teams. Crossroads League has 10. But I'm wondering if that's going to change soon with MVNU, Mount Vernon Naz hinting that they want to leave the Crossroads League for the River States. And some have hinted that Siena Heights might leave the WAC to come to the Crossroads League. 3-1 your count after the called strike. St. Francis, a part of the MSFA Mid-East with Siena Heights, the Mid-States Football Conference or Association. So bases are loaded after the walk to Simon. It's going to bring up Kyle Harvey, the shortstop. Harvey, a junior, 5'10", 175 from Kennewick, Washington. Same school as Simon. So Coach McWilliams must have some kind of connection there. To be honest with you, though, this roster for Tech is all over the place. That ball drilled into left center. Siddons can't see it, but Frymuth's going to come up with the grab. One run will score on the sacrifice fly as Frymuth, looks like the extra tag there by Sullivan had him, as sliding over the base was DeFreeze. Tech goes up 1-0. Scoring was Dawson. Good job staying with the tag there by Sullivan. They just didn't want to give it to him. Home plate umpire had to have a good view. I'm over here in the first base side dugout. I had a great view. For Indiana Tech, 1 run on 1 hit. It was the sacrifice fly by Harvey that scored that run. 1 down here in the top of the second. Number 15, Manuel Asanio at the plate. First pitch low for ball 1.
Hey, come on, Connor.
Asanio, this is his first at-bat of the season for the freshman catcher from San Jose, Costa Rica.
Here you go, Connor. Home, man, home, man.
Makes you wonder how much he's enjoying it here in Fort Wayne after that brutal winter. We were playing ball games here in February at the World Baseball Academy. We hosted Concordia for a doubleheader back on February the 22nd. The earliest ever recorded baseball game, collegiate baseball game, in Fort Wayne history. St. Francis is 3-9 versus the WAC this year. So bases are loaded now after the walk to Osanio. Brings up Brandon Burch. Got a courtesy runner. It's number 9, Reese Olden, the junior, 5'10", 175. He's from New Haven, Indiana, went to New Haven High School. And that is going to do it for Conor Adams. We'll take a break and be right back with the new pitcher for the Cougars after this short commercial.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back here in the top of the second. We have bases loaded and one out. Your new pitcher is Charlie Betts, the junior. He wears number 49, 6'1", 185 pounds from Lake Village, Indiana, North Newton High School. Betts entering today at 5.84 ERA, 24.2 innings pitched under his belt. He's given up 27 hits, 22 runs, only 16 earned, 16 walks, 14 strikeouts, opposing batters, hitting .265 against Betts. Burch, the second baseman, with bases loaded, has a 97 batting average, 3 hits, 5 runs scored, and 31 ABs, 1 home run, 3 RBI. Popped up to Bova. That's an infield fly rule for out number 2. Two gone. Your batter is the leadoff hitter, Jacob Alvarez. Flew out to right field. Shot right down the line. McCowan was able to chase it down for the Cougs. First pitch by Betts just misses on the outside. 1-0 is your count. Betts coming in on relief with bases loaded. Down in this count, 2-0 with 2 outs. St. Francis played Concordia, Ann Arbor 4 times, lost all 4. Played Siena Heights 4 times and won 3 out of 4. Sullivan grabs it on the hop for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second, 1-0. Tech on top after straining 3.
Grandpa taught me years ago, Do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Here in the bottom of the second, Cougs will bring to the plate Mikhail McCowan, Caden Sullivan, and Jacob Nagy. Mikhail was 3 for 3 with an RBI and a walk earlier today against Wesleyan, and he was smoking the ball all over the field. Mikhail's been getting good contact this year. Entering today with a .215 batting average. 1 home run and 15 RBI. Mark Morgan entering today with just 2 innings pitched under his belt. He's been waiting for this moment. He had 2 strikeouts there in the bottom of the first. Up in this count 0-1. Frymuth got on base, but that was after a dropped third strike. Oh-2 the count now to McCown. Morgan throwing some gas on the bump. Listed at 6'6". McCowan drills it. Seeing the ball nicely today. That's his 4th hit on the day. First hit for St. Francis in this game. Leadoff batter aboard. It's Mikhail McCowan. Hitting the ball solid. 2 of his hits were just like that in game number 1. Brings up Caden Sullivan, 0 for 3 with a run and an RBI against Wesleyan. Once again, Cougars beating Wesleyan 7-3 and taking the series 2-1. The first 2 games against Wesleyan on March the 23rd, Cougars lost 9-5, but then won 6-3. Noah Frymuth picking up his 3rd home run of the season in that game 1 loss. McCowan did have a stolen base there against Wesleyan earlier today. That was back in the 7th inning after a single. Morgan, the big righty, to face Sullivan. Starting third baseman. 1-0 is your count. Top pitcher is Dan Shaw for Tech. Shaw's got a 1.52 ERA. It ranks him number 10 in the country. Right on the outside corner. Sully will take it for strike number 1. 1-1's your count. Indiana Tech ranks number 43 in the country with a 4.41 ERA. The 1-1 with Mikhail at first. Sully fouls it out of play. 1-2 now the count. Sullivan entering today with a .314 batting average. He was on a tear there. In game number 1 against Bethel, he was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. The game before that, he was 3 for 4 with a run scored against Lawrence Tech. The lights coming on here, diamond number 1, World Baseball Academy.
Watch this play happen. He's got I think the base blocked him, but he went past. I go, all I want to do is ask Alex if we can't get this. Okay, head to the dugout. If he calls it safe, he'll come back up. Fair enough.
Last time out for the pitcher, Mark Morgan, as McCowan is off on the hit and run. He's going to have to get back to first base.
Hey, good hustle, catch.
So 1 gone on the FO4, brings up Jacob Nagy. Morgan back on March the 13th against Faulkner, faced 7 batters, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Versus Faulkner, who's currently ranked number 2 in the country with a 30-8 overall record. Nagy takes that first pitch outside, 1-0. Nagy was 2 for 3 against Bethel in game number 1. That was a loss, 4-0 for the Cougars. St. Francis only had 3 hits in the game. Nagy had 2 of them. The other came from Jack Harris. 2-0, your count with 1 out. We had a high of 58 degrees here in Fort Wayne today. It has since cooled off. McCowan back at first. First baseman Glen Mclain for Tech. The Crossroads League Player of the Year a year ago. McLean listed at 6'2", 230. That ball is going to get away from McLean as McCowan will take second. That happened 2 times in the Wesleyan game where a pickoff attempt got away from the first baseman. Here on this artificial surface with the true hops. Lights turned on. We are 40 minutes into this game. It's a 9-inning game in the bottom of the second. Nagy's going to take it. 3-0's the count. Jacob entering today at .283 batting average, 17 hits, 1 run scored, and 60 at-bats. 1 home run, 13 RBI, 8 walks, 11 strikeouts for the catcher. Jacob Nagy. Nagy hit that home run in game number 1 against Bethel.
Everything bagel. Raspberry bagel.
That game was played on March the 28th. Cougars didn't play again until April the 2nd. So Nagy taking all the way. 3-1's your count. As Morgan pops the glove of Manuel Sanio. The whack in the Crossroads League. As that ball is going to be hit right up the gut. That's going to be a RBI single for Jacob Nagy as this game is tied at 1 apiece. Mikel McCowan coming home to score for your Cougs. Jacob Nagy doing a great job at the plate this year. The other catcher is Matt Ballmer. Ballmer's been doing a great job as well, batting .297, and one of the top defensive catchers in the Crossroads League. Your batter is Tony Bova. Nice piece of hitting there. McCown was able to get to second base after the pickoff attempt got away from McClain. 1-0's the count. Apologize, folks, if I miss anything. Broadcasting from the dugout. We do not have a press box here. And with players around me, I have to really call the game off this little monitor. Morgan goes over to McClain. Your courtesy runners, number 43, Vincent Manson, a sophomore. A 6'4", 175-pound pitcher for Coach Dustin Butcher. He wears the Under Armour cleats. I saw where China has a brand name shoe now. So some of the top shoe companies are Adidas, Nike, Puma, New Balance, and then that company out of China. Maybe Zion Williamson will sign with them. They said Zion's going to get one of the richest shoe contracts after blowing out that shoe in the regular season for Duke. 1-1's your count with 1 out. To Tony Bova. Bova 0 for 4 with an RBI in that earlier game against Wesleyan. That'll miss outside. 2-1's your count. Tech 1 hit, 1 error. St. Francis 2 hits, 0 errors.
Be active, Ben.
Bova fouls it off. We're evened at 2. Manson 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts on the season. He's from Brown County. Well, it says Bloomington, Indiana, Brown County High School. Beautiful area. The 2-2 to Bova. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball for out number 2. Third strikeout of the game for Mark Morgan brings up Jordan Siddons, the left fielder. Siddons, a 143 batting average, 1 hit, 8 runs scored, and 7 at-bats on the season. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and he's 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts.
One more.
Right here, 2. Eat it up, Sid. Eat it up, baby.
0-1, your count for Siddons. Primarily a pinch runner, courtesy runner for St. Francis. Got a big smile at the plate. Upstairs, 1-1.
Do something crazy, City. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Oh, yeah.
Go check.
1-1 here. Low in the zone for strike 2. Up next for Indiana Tech, they will take on IU South Bend tomorrow. That's a 6 p.m. first pitch before getting back to conference play. A doubleheader at Madonna coming up for them. That'll be on Saturday. Cougars played Madonna, lost 4-0 and 13-9. That was back on March the 19th. Madonna playing without their star center fielder in that game. Last year, Glen Mclean, the first baseman, batted .415, 11 home runs, 54 RBI when he was named the WAC Player of the Year. A .686 slugging percentage, on base percentage of .500 for the first baseman for Tech. Two-hop chop. That pulls McClain off the bag, but he'll make the tag from the throw of Jake DeFries. We'll head to the top of the third. We're tied up at 1 here at the World Baseball Academy Ash Center.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is.
Leading it off is going to be Grant Heisinger. First pitch fouled away. Strike one. Heisinger popped out to third baseman Caden Sullivan on a ball that was hit just outside the infield. It's Charlie Betts. Pitch number 2 just misses for ball 1. 1-1's your count. Conor Adams got the start. Betts now with .2 innings pitched under his belt and 6 pitches. He came into this game with bases loaded and got out of the jam. Tech's only run came on a sacrifice fly by Kyle Harvey that scored Dawson. But then they left bases loaded. Alvarez hit one over to Sullivan, unassisted, stepped on third to end the inning. 3-1 your count. We are full now to Heisinger. Third best batting average on the team at .391. Still looking for his first home run of the season. Tech as a team has 20 home runs. Wesleyan entered the game earlier today with 24 home runs, and they hit 2 solo blasts, so they're up to 26. So after the walk, that'll bring up McClain, the first baseman.
Roll it up, Charlie.
McClain 30 walks to just 17 strikeouts last year. Looking at the stats from last year for Tech, they sure did graduate a lot of players. Or at least players that are no longer on the squad. Or at least players that are not starting in this game, I should say. It's hard to go through their whole roster. There's about 80 guys Looks like a football roster. Big swing and a miss. Betts up in this count 0-2. Charlie looking for his first strikeout of the game. Entering today, 16 walks, 14 strikeouts for Charlie Betts. McClain into center field. That'll fall. So we have runners at first and second with 0 outs. Tech picks up their second hit of the game. Glen Mclean single. Brings up Dawson. He had a double back in the second and scored a run. Last time out for Betts was against Bethel. Yesterday faced 5 batters, gave up 2 runs, both earned, and 3 hits. Opposing batters hitting .267 once again against Betts. Dawson looking to put the bunt down, pulls it back for ball 1. Dawson, the senior third baseman. From Fort Wayne, Indiana, went to Heritage High School, the Patriots. Cougars got a Heritage grad on their squad. It's Joel Deakins, who's redshirted, freshman catcher. Ball low, 2-0's the count. Back at second was Heisinger. Prince charging in on the play. They're at first. 2-1 now your count. Former assistant coach Miguel Tucker coaching first base now for Indiana Tech. St. Francis grad. I believe he spent 3 seasons as an assistant coach here at St. Francis. Married Justine Kaiser, who was an outside hitter on the volleyball team. Very good outside hitter. I believe she was from Angola. Nagy gets him, trying to steal. So Heisinger out at third. First out of the inning. Beautiful job there by Jacob Nagy, gunning him at third. And staying at first was Glen Mclean. Little miscommunication there for Indiana Tech. Heisinger 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts entering today. He's now 2 for 4. Cougar catcher is doing a good job. Ballmer always contesting the runners trying to steal. That ball hit into right center. McCowan camping underneath it for out number 2.
Good boy, Chuckles. Keep dealing. Fill it up, 4-9.
I bring up Jake DeFries, third baseman. So Coach Butcher is going to take Betts out of the game. We'll take a break and be right back with the new pitcher for your Cougars. So we're tied at 1 here in the top of the third.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets: injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
New pitcher for St. Francis, Kyle DeConnick. Kyle wears number 14, a junior, 6'2", 195. From Auburn, Indiana, Perrysburg High School, a transfer from Bluffton University. DeConnick entering today with a 7.45 ERA, 19.1 innings pitched, has given up 24 hits, 24 runs, 16 earned, 15 walks, 16 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .296. Your batter, the third baseman, Jake DeFries, was hit by a pitch back in the second. Here with 2 outs and a runner at first. 1-0 is your count. McClain easily back at first. Glen is 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts on the season. DeConnick down in this count, 2-0.
I'm not DK.
It's again DeFries, only a freshman. And a .417 batting average. Two O's the count. McClain's off. Nagy threw that one from his knees, so that'll be a stolen base. First stolen base of the day for Tech. .30 is your count to DeFries.
All right, DK, all right, DK. One for him, babe. Okay. One for him, babe, babe. 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 No one better, babe. No one better.
So DeFries taking all the way there. Takes strike one. It's a 9-inning game. Could be a long one. We're only through 2 innings, an hour into this game. Swing and a miss. Full count now. Kyle DeConnick on the bump. Foul ball right off the dugout. Tech currently in first place in the WAC. Madonna's in second place with a 6-2 conference record. Tech at 5-1. Dearborn at 6-2. That ball in foul territory. McCowan's chasing after it. Not 100% sure what happened. Do not have a visual to that part of the field. Full count with 2 outs now to freeze. Good crowd on here at the WBA. Last time out for Kyle Taconic. Swing and a miss. Route number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still tied at 1 here at the WBA.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Leading it off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the third, it's Brady Harris, Tyler Prince, Noah Frymuth. Harris, your leadoff batter. Struck out looking in his first AB back in the first. Interesting goings on here in the Crossroads League. St. Francis opened up with Marion, won it 14-3. Then at Marion lost 4-6 and 6-12. So Marion's currently in first place with a 7-3 conference record. Still Mark Morgan on the bump. 1-0 is your count to Brady Harris. Harris rips it up the gut for a leadoff single for Brady Harris. Third hit of the game for St. Francis.
That's how you put the key in the boat. Throttle forward.
That'll bring up number 23, Tyler Prince. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Prince ranks number 5 in the Crossroads League with that .484 on base percentage. It's Nick Mosier from MVNU with a .512 on-base percentage. Oh, 1 your count to Tyler Prince. Catches the outside corner for strike 2.
A lot of energy, boys. Come on. Come on, get some energy in here. Right here, babe. Do a job, TP. Come on, TP. Let's go.
Mark Morgan getting the start here. Has 2 innings pitched under his belt, 42 pitches, a .643 strike percentage, 3 hits given up, 1 run, it was not earned, and 4 strikeouts. Stealing seconds, Brady Harris on the 1-2 count to Tyler Prince. Second stolen base on the day, or I should say in this game for St. Francis. It was Frymouth getting the first one. No outs, a runner in scoring position for Tyler Prince. Prince an RBI against Wesleyan earlier today. Has 26 RBI on the season with his 1 home run. That 1 home run hit yesterday in Game 2 against Bethel. Fly ball into right field will advance Harris to third.
Hey, baby Brady!
1 out, your batter is Noah Frymouth. Frymouth struck out swinging, but reached first after a drop third strike. Was stranded at second base.
Stay hot, please.
Brady Harris scored 2 runs against Wesleyan. Frymouth right over to the third baseman. DeFries does a good job of holding Harris at third. 2 gone. Your batter's Tanner Gaff, who struck out in his first AB back in the first. Tanner, the DH. Do not expect him to pitch today. Pitched 5.1 innings in game number 2 against Bethel yesterday. Did a great job. Good stop by Asanio, freshman catcher. The 1-0 to Gaff. It's another one low. On deck, it's the hottest hitter on the day, McCowan. McHale's 4 for 4. Hit a single and scored a run back in the second in this game. Cougars played a doubleheader against 2 different squads. First time I've experienced that. 2 good squads, too, in Wesleyan and Tech. Wesleyan's record may not indicate, but they got players all over the place on that roster. 6 of them were named All-Crossroads League first team last year. They had 3 starting pitchers on the All-Crossroads League first team a year ago. We faced one of them today, Caleb Eder. And after the Cougars put up 5 runs, I think in the third, Eder was gone. Eder also a star first baseman for Wesleyan. 3 balls, 1 strike to Gaff with a runner at third. Checks that low, and it's a called strike. We have a full count. The sun is now pretty much completely down. First baseman, shortstop, and third baseman all wearing their shades on their hat. We'll see if they come out next inning with their shades on the hat. Full count, 2 outs. Gaff's only home run of the season was a grand slam against Goshen. Swing and a miss. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Still tied at 1.
Pick it up, Fry. Let's go.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today. Here at the top of the 4th, it's Joshua Simon, the center fielder, Kyle Harvey, the shortstop, Emmanuel Sanio, the catcher. Kyle DeConnick back on the bump for your Cougars. Came in last inning with 2 outs. Got a strikeout. Jake DeFreeze swinging. DeConnick was down in that count 3-0, but battled back to get the strikeout. For the Cougars, Tony Bova with the shades on his cap, and Caden Sullivan. 2 infielders. Simon walked in his first AB. Pulls back the bunt for ball 1. Two O's to count. Cougars 3 hits, Indiana Tech currently 2. Tech with 1 error. That was a big error that got McCowan to second base. On the pickoff attempt that got away from Glen Mclean, the 2018 WAC Player of the Year. DeConnick all the way there for a strike. 3-1 now, 0 outs. Simon, once again, not an everyday starter here for Indiana Tech. It's Harris over to Prince for out number 1. One gone, Kyle Harvey had that sac fly that scored Dawson back in the second. Harvey entering today a .300 batting average, 24 hits, 14 runs scored, and 80 at-bats. And he is out. Take another look at it as the bunt attempt hits him out of the box. He's called out. That bunt basically caught him in the chest and rolled right down the first base line. Oh, 1 your count. No, excuse me. 2 outs. Your batter will be the catcher, Sanio, who walked in his first AB. Head coach Kip McWilliams not too happy with the call. Here on this artificial surface, a little bit more bounce than you might be used to. Asanio, only one at bat under his belt here in his freshman season. Tech wearing the black tops there with the 2 buttons. Big swing and a miss. The white Warriors across their chest with the orange numbers. Cougars with the white button-ups. Pitch inside, fouled away, 1-2 your count. Last year, Tech and St. Francis got to play at Parkview Field. So counts evened up at 2 apiece. This will be the only meeting between St. Francis and Tech on the year. Past years, we've done a home and away. Ball into left field, Siddons charging in for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, 1-1 your score.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown. The junior, Mark Morgan, 3 innings pitched under his belt, 53 pitches, has given up 3 hits, 1 run not earned, 5 strikeouts, 0 walks. A nice outing for Mark Morgan, just 2 innings pitched under his belt entering today. Leading off for the Cougars, McCowan. 4 for 4 on the day with an RBI and a walk. Singled and scored a run back in the 2nd. Once again, St. Francis winning the first game today, 7-3 against Wesleyan. Both teams with 9 hits and 1 error. Identical as McHale takes that first pitch for a strike. USF in the midst of spring ball for the Cougar football team. Has its spring game, not this Saturday, but the following on the 13th. 0-2 the count. St. Francis will be hosting Spring Arbor that day with a 1 p.m. first pitch.
Good! Good spit, 6. That boy, let's get take.
So 1-2 now your count after that pitch misses low and outside. Big cut, swing and a miss for out number 1. Just the first strikeout of the day for McHale. But that's the 5th strikeout. Excuse me, the 6th strikeout for Mark Morgan. Boy, he's looking like an ace to me. I'll bring up Caden Sullivan, who flew out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. We'll take Mark Morgan over here at St. Francis. 1-0 is your count. Once again, Tech, a lot of good pitchers, though, and a good staff ERA.
You know, it'd be nice if I didn't get down 3-0 twice.
Sully drills it into center, right at Simon. Once again, the center field fence, 400 feet here at the WBA. That'll bring the plate Jacob Nagy at an RBI single that scored McClain back in the 2nd. He, Brady Harris, along with McClain, the only Cougars to get a hit so far in this game. Nagy's got that crouched over approach. Big catcher here for St. Francis. Nagy came to the Cougs via Lakeland Community College. His hometown is Brunswick, Ohio. Majority of the St. Francis players come from the Fort Wayne area and Ohio. Few from Canada. For Indiana Tech, their roster is global. Costa Rica, there's British Columbia, Utah, Florida, Ohio, Illinois, Washington, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Their star, McLean, is from Fremont, Indiana. Counts evened up after the called 2nd strike. Tech took 1 of 2 against Aquinas, swept Lawrence Tech and Northwestern Ohio. For their conference record. Full count now to Jacob Nagy. Last year, Morgan did not record a pitch for Indiana Tech. Not 100% sure if this was his first season with the squad or not. Good at-bat for Nagy, drawing the walk. That'll bring up Tony Bova. Struck out swinging in his first AB. Tony entering today with a .275 batting average. So McWilliams going to come out to talk to Morgan, his pitcher. I think he's had an outstanding outing so far. Just 1 walk for Morgan and 6 strikeouts. 1 run, but it was not earned, and only given up 3 hits. 63 pitches under his belt. So they're going to make a pitching change there. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar Baseball.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets: injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
New pitcher for Indiana Tech. It's number 33. Tanner Perkins, a senior, 6'1", 200 from Stroh, Indiana. Prairie Heights High School. Perkins entering today a 1.13 ERA. In 16 innings pitched, he's given up 13 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opposing batters are hitting 223 against him. Perkins, Indiana native. Doing a good job here in his senior year with an ERA under 2. So that first pitch is a ball to Bova. Perkins, a top reliever here for the Warriors. Does not have any starts under his belt. 1-1 after the foul ball. Leading the Warriors in starts is Charles Donovan with 7, Nate McBroom with 6, and Hayes Sturtzman with 6. The 1-1 swung on into shallow left center field. That's caught by the left fielder, Grant Heisinger, for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 5th, still tied at 1.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
New pitcher for the Cougars, and it's number 7, Dane Hoffman.
Yeah, Dane!
Dane, who'd been the Cougar ace the last 2 years, has been dealing some injuries, this year. A 6.50 ERA. He does have 5 starts under his belt. 18 innings pitched. He's given up 16 hits, 13 runs all earned, 12 walks, 14 strikeouts. Opposing hitters batting .254 against Dane Hoffman. So Hoffman, the sidearm delivery, has a lot of movement on his pitches, not the easiest to hit. But he does lead the Cougars with 11 hit batsmen. So with that sidearm delivery, he can get in at the pitchers. Looking like Roger Clemens up there on the bump with the mitt right in front of his face. First pitch, outside, 1-0's your count. Brandon Burch, second baseman, takes that second pitch, 1-1's your count. He popped out to second baseman Tony Bova in his first at-bat. It's like we got Justice Tussing now at second. It's Prince at first, Brady Harris at third, Caden Sullivan at short.
Hey, baby, Dane!
Caden Sullivan at third, Brady Harris at short.
Look out top.
Jordan Siddons out in left, Noah Frymuth in center, and David Miller now out in right field for Mikhail McCowan. So the hottest bat is out of the lineup for St. Francis. Just upstairs, 2-2's count. That ball had some rise to it for Hoffman. Another one upstairs. We're full. Brandon Burch.
Hi, Dane.
Last time out for Hoffman was against Marion back on March the 26th. He faced 4 batters, gave up 4 runs, all earned. Here he gets Burch swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Jacob Alvarez.
Hey, let's go, Dane. Keep doing it up, baby.
He's 0 for 2 in this game. Flew out to right field, grounded out to the third baseman, Caden Sullivan. He'll be hit.
Hey, that's okay.
So 1 out, runner at first.
Roll him up here.
Alvarez only a junior. Brings up Grant Heisinger, number 5.
Come on, Dane. Put your way, Dane. I'm not saying I'm bad. True grounder, baby. True grounder.
1.5 hours into this game here in the top of the 5th.
There you go, Dane.
Game 1 today against Wesleyan, a 2.5 hour 9-inning game.
Yeah!
0-1's your count. Heisinger walked in the third and was caught stealing. He's trying to take third. Nagy gunned him down. Up and in, counts evened up at 1 apiece.
Okay, Dane, way to add that to your arsenal, baby. Love to see it.
Hoffman checking Alvarez back at first base. Once again, Tyler Prince at first. Tyler, the 6'3", 215-pound first baseman. 2-1 your count with 1 out.
All right, Dane, work. Go to work, Seven. Go to work. Hum, babe. Here we go, Dave. Let's go. 7. Griffin and Ritson, baby.
Good pitch. We're going to say it was just outside. 3-1 now.
Good action count here. Make sure we know who's There's 2 across the board.
On deck for the Warriors, Glen Mclain, first baseman. Pitch low. So runners at first and second after the walk and hit batsman. McClain 1 for 2, had a single and a stolen base back in the third. Popped out to the first baseman back in the first. Good opportunity here for Tech with just 1 out, runners at first and second. Bunt right back at Hoffman. He'll go to 3 with it. And they get the lead runner. Alvarez out for out number 2. Heisinger now at second. And McClain reaches first base on the fielder's choice. That'll bring to the plate Branson Dawson. He scored the only run of this game after a double back in the second for Indiana Tech. Tech still sitting with just 2 hits on the day. Hoffman doing a good job fielding it, then rifling it over to third. Good communication from the dugout, letting him know where to go. So he was able to get Alvarez. 0-1's your count.
You confused me. I was like, wait, we're rolling. Hey, I'm back. Home!
Just below the knees. We'll even this count up at 1-1. Hoffman, the senior, 5'11", 180 from Bluffton, Indiana, Bluffton High School.
Right here, babe. Roll you. Good spot.
2 very close pitches right there for Hoffman. 2-1, now your count. St. Francis will be hosting Grace this Friday in a doubleheader. So that ball's ripped right at Harris. Gets right through the legs. So everybody's safe on the E6 and 2 outs.
Hey, we got 2. Next one, 2-0. Next one, baby. Home now. Easy's back, baby. Easy's back. Home now, babe.
First error of the game there for St. Francis. Bases loaded for Jake DeFries. Hit by a pitch in the second and struck out swinging back in the third. Tech had bases loaded back in the second and left them stranded. First pitch is a swing and a miss to DeFries.
Fill it up, Seven. Fill it up, baby. Let's go. Fill it. Go, Dane.
Once again, a .417 batting average. Tops for the Warriors entering today. With 60 ABs under his belt.
Hey, baby!
0-2 now to DeFries. Leading the Warriors in at-bats is McClain with 93 and Alvarez with 90 entering today. Leading St. Francis, it's Noah Frymuth with 111. So the Cougars really able to get a lot of baseball in early this year with this new home field. 1-2's your count.
Right here, Dane. Right here, baby. Let's go.
If we'd been playing at Cougar Field this whole time on campus, this would probably be the first home games we would have hosted on the year. Big swing and a miss for Dane Hoffman as Indiana Tech leaves 3 stranded. We head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1.
Let's go. Come on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at his cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Still on the bump here for Tech. It's Tanner Perkins, number 33. Perkins came in with 2 outs last inning. Only had 3 pitches as he got Bova to fly out to left field. Leading off will be Jordan Siddons for the Cougs. Siddons, who grounded out to DeFreeze, the third baseman in his first AB, down in this count 0-1.
Go sit.
0-2 now after the swing and a miss. Perkins, 1.13 ERA. That's the best for Indiana Tech with pitchers 16 innings or better. 1-2 now to Siddons, the starting left fielder. Jordan on the season has 8 at-bats. Strikes out looking there for out number 1. That'll bring up Brady Harris, the leadoff batter. Brady 1 for 2, had a single and stole a base. Was stranded at third base back in the 3rd. Perkins' first pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 just misses outside and up. We're evened up 1 apiece. Perkins last year had a 3.22 ERA. He had 4 starts last year and 22.1 innings pitched. Giving up 25 hits, 10 runs, only 8 of those earned. 18 strikeouts, just 4 walks for Perkins. Down in this count, 3-1.
Get yours, Brady. Go get yours. Go, Brady. Here we go. Hey, good hack, baby. You're still in it. You're still in it. Hey, you fight.
Counts full now to Brady Harris after the swing and a miss. Tanner Perkins, along with Manuel Asanio, making up the battery. So it's 1 out. Harris draws the walk. That'll bring up number 23, Tyler Prince, who's 0 for 2 in this game. Harris once again stole a base, last time on. As Perkins is going to go over to McClain.
Definitely his best.
Harris, a nice lead at first. Looking for more. As Perkins delivers low for ball one.
Come on, TP! Come on, TP! Let's go, baby! Come on, 2-3! Oh, yeah!
Second pitch is upstairs, 2-0.
Good spit, good spit!
Perkins listed at 6'1", 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Down in this count, 3-0 to Tyler Prince.
Talk about it! Talk about it!
Prince, 28 walks, 19 strikeouts entering today, with an on-base percentage of .484.
Hey, we have one of those, don't we?
Let's take a break here. After the conference call, we'll be right back with you.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15%. 3-0 is your count. Tyler Prince. 3-1 now with one out. Harris has had the same lead at first. Back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second for Noah Frymuth. 0 for 2 in this game. It's a great opportunity for the slugger. Two-time All-Crossroads League Player of the Week. Frymuth 2 weeks ago had 14 RBI in 1 week, slugging over 900. 1-0 is your count.
Hey, get your zone, kid. Get your zone. Come now.
Frymuth 2 home runs, 14 RBI, and a .909 slugging percentage. One 0 with one out.
Work threes, work.
Indiana Tech got the first run of the game. Top of the second. Cougars answered in the bottom of the second. So far, it's the only 2 runs we've seen. 1-2 your count. Just 5 total hits, 2 for Indiana Tech, 3 for St. Francis.
All right, here, 3. Here we go, Brian. Hey, you battle up there, 3. You battle.
Tech, black, orange, gray, their colors. Cougars, Cougar blue and white. So that ball could now right at the shortstop for out number 2. It's Kyle Harvey at short. Just a junior. That'll bring the plate Tanner Gaff. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Tanner 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Hey, pull the pit, Tanner! Let's go! Hey, trust you! Trust yourself!
Off speed pitch low, swing and a miss. 0-1 your count.
Go after Tommy, Pump the Tommy. Pump the Tommy.
Tyler Prince at first, Brady Harris at second. Prince at 6'3" does have a lot of speed with those long strides. Gaff now down in the count 0-2. There is an arm up in the bullpen for Tech.
We got this, baby.
Indiana Tech opened up a brand new facility on the south side of town called Warrior Park. Brand new track and field complex and a beautiful softball complex. Gaff misses that just foul down the third base line. In their first renderings of the Warrior Park, looks like they're going to add a baseball field as well. Currently, their baseball setups, one of the nicer setups you're going to find in NAIA. Maybe not as nice as Cornerstone, but still a really cool setup. Nestled right there in the heart of their campus. 1-2 is your count. So you can only assume that they tear that field down if they built the new one. Would the new one be natural or artificial? Just about any brand new baseball field nowadays. This far north is going to be artificial. Maybe they'll have 2 fields. Gaff battling. Fouls another off. Tanner entering today at .237 batting average, 1 home run, 12 RBI. But once again, that Warrior Park softball field, all artificial outfield as well. They went first class with it. Tech, who year in, year out competes for a national championship in men's and women's track and field, finally getting their own track. So who said you can't win without facilities? Counts evened up at 2 apiece.
Hey, Freiburg, we got 2s, baby. Need ya.
It is a little bit of a drive, though, from their main campus to Warrior Park. About a 10 to 15 minute drive. From the heart of the city to the south end of the city, the old Donald Ross golf course. 2-2 with 2 outs. They still have the front 9 there. It's the back 9 that they tore up. And the back 9 was much more fun to play than the front 9, as it had the big valley there. He would dip and go back up. 3-2, 2 outs.
Win it! Win it! Come on, Gaffer! Come on, Gaffer!
Swing and a miss. Cougars leave 2 stranded as we head to the top of the 6th. Tied at 1.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Here in the top of the 6th, Indiana Tech will bring to the plate Jay-Sean Simon, Kyle Harvey, and Manuel Asanio. Still on the bump, it's Dane Hoffman, 1 inning under his belt, 21 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, a .476 strike percentage. Simon 0 for 1 with a walk. His last at-bat, he grounded out to shortstop Brady Harris. Simon entering today, 3 hits, 14 runs scored, and 25 at-bats. That would lead you to believe he's their top pinch runner / courtesy runner. Second pitch low in the zone. 2-0 your count to Simon. This ball is hit into center field. Frymuth's got it. Route number 1. 1 up, 1 down for Dane Hoffman. Going to bring up shortstop Kyle Harvey. Harvey had that bunt that came back and hit him in the chest as he made his way towards first. He also had a sac fly into center field that scored Dawson. So he's 0 for 1 in this game. Takes that first pitch low and in for ball 1. Hoffman, the senior.
Oh, yeah. Good pitch.
Dane last year on the bump. Opposing hitters are hitting .273 against him. He had 61 strikeouts, just 28 walks. Gave up 50 runs, only 43 of those were earned. In 341 at-bats, surrendered 93 hits. That was in 17 games last year for Dane. 2-1 your count. Hoffman, that one's thrown behind the batter. We're even. It's 3-1 now.
Come on, Dan, let's go, baby.
Hoffman had 15 starts last year. That was best for the Cougars. Fiorini at 13 starts. DeConnick at 11. So Harvey takes first. Brings up Asanio. 0 for 1 in this game with a walk. For Hoffman, that's the second player he's hit in this game, 13th on the season. Harvey's off at first. Nagy with the gun. Nice throw by Nagy. Tussing tried to backhand it. Couldn't corral it. Stolen base for Kyle Harvey. That's his 10th stolen base of the season in 11 attempts. His 10 stolen bases is second best, only to Jay-Sean Simon. Oh, 1 your count. Sonia, the freshman, doing a good job behind the plate today. The 1-1. Misses low and outside, 2-1.
Up, Dave! Up, Dave!
3-1 now after that pitch misses inside for Hoffman.
Come on, kid. Come on, kid. Good, Dave. Fill her up. Fill her up. Work, Dave.
Hoffman once again this year, 12 walks, 14 strikeouts. Tussing, gonna have to go to Hoffman to first for out number 2. Advancing to third base is Harvey. That'll bring up Brandon Burch, the second baseman. We'll have a pitching change here, and I'll be right back with you. More Cougar Baseball from the World Baseball Academy.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game.
Hey, fill it up, Ward!
So your new pitcher is Anthony Ward Jr., a 2.08 ERA. In 8.2 innings pitched, he's given up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts. Batters are hitting .242 against Anthony. He wears number 77, a junior, 5'10", 180, from Willowick, Ohio. With a runner at third base, first pitch swung on. Roped into right field. That's the go-ahead run for Indiana Tech. And the RBI single by Brandon Burch.
Hey, that was a pinch hitter. Did you get his number? 32.
That was a pinch hitter, number 32. Tyler Nychik.
Right here, baby. Let's go, baby boy.
Scoring was Kyle Harvey. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Jacob Alvarez. Alvarez was hit by a pitch. Back in the 5th, he's 0 for 2.
I'm not Ward. Ward.
Courtesy runner into the game is number 0, Moises Lopez. 5'5", 175 pounds from Oakland, California.
Work up there, 7. Go now, babe. Here you go, Ward.
2-0 the count now after that pitch misses low. Excuse me, 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ward now up in the count 1-2.
Hey, let's fill it up.
For Moises Lopez,
Way ahead here, baby.
does not have a stolen base yet on the season. Ward, a transfer from Lakeland Community College. Lakeland's brought a lot of baseball players here to St. Francis. Shallow right field, that falls right in front of Miller as Lopez makes his way all the way to third.
David, make a play.
4 hits for Tech,
Let's go.
up 2-1.
Toss, is he talking to you at all?
Miller just a little bit slow to react to that ball. Either way, though, that's going to be a single for Alvarez.
Hey, let's go, Ward up.
His first hit of the game. That brings up Grant Heisinger.
You got two. 1 pitch away.
Heisinger with 2 walks.
Right here, Ward. Right here,
Was 0 for 1. Popped out to the third baseman in his first AB. 0-1 your count.
Work now, 7. Work.
Alvarez 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts on the season.
Nobody better, baby.
With 2 outs here, we got runners at the corner.
Here you go, Wardo.
That pitch is drilled right at Miller for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1, Tech on top.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today. New pitcher for Indiana Tech, and it's Seth Sorenson, 5.79 ERA. He's got 1 start under his belt. In 14 innings pitched, he's given up 18 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .333 against Sorensen. He's a junior, 6'4", 230 from Payson, Utah. Went to Taft College first. Interesting delivery here. He likes to drop his throwing arm right before he gets going. Let's give him a little extra whip. Leading off is going to be David Miller. This will be his first at bat of the game. Mikhail McCowan was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Miller, the lefty, Entering today with a .379 batting average, 11 hits, 9 runs scored, and 29 ABs, 5 RBI and a home run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Miller, first pitch swung on, and that will fall for a leadoff single. 4th hit of the game for your Cougars. That'll bring up third baseman Caden Sullivan. 0 for 2.
We gotta go now.
Flew out to second and to center field.
Hey, let's go, Sully. Come to right. Best with it, David. Come on, 2-1. Come on, 2-1. What do you think, Caden? I'm telling you, 2-1. I'm at 2-1. Come on, 2-1.
Caden once again entering today at .314 batting average. He was 0 for 3 against Indiana Wesleyan. Down in this count, 0-1. Miller at first, once again, 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Tech took the lead first in this game. In the top of the second, Cougars matched in the bottom of the second with a run. Trying to do the same here in the bottom of the 6th. Looked like a pass ball from over here as Miller takes second. 1-1. Ball is a little bit low. I mean, it's definitely low, but it didn't look like it skipped. (1-1) with Miller at second. Good eye by Sullivan. Second pitch low, 2-1.
All right, Caden. You're good, David. You go to 1. You stay now, Sully. Come on, Dave, let's go, baby. Do a job.
Sullivan checks that one upstairs now. 3-1 your count. Tech with Madonna, Concordia, Rochester, then UM Dearborn. That ball is going to get through. C&I single is going to score David Miller. We're back to being tied at 2 off the Caden Sullivan RBI single. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy. Back-to-back singles up the gut off Sorenson. He has yet to record an out in this game.
Keep it going, Nag. Keep it going.
Nagy 1 for 1 with an RBI. Beautiful first pitch for strike 1.
Hey, let's get on base. Let's get on base, Naggy. A home run will be acceptable. Battle back, fellas. Good job.
St. Francis now with 5 hits in this game. 0-2 now the count to Nagy.
Let's go, Naggy. Come on, fight.
Runner is off, and Solly is thrown out at second. So that'll be the first out of the game, or first out of the inning for St. Francis. The 0-2 now, 1-2 to Nagy. Pitch low. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Nagy once again entering today. 283 batting average, just right below Matt Ballmer, the other catcher. Nagy was 2 for 4 in the third game of the series against Marion. He was 2 for 3 in that game 2 against Bethel. That was a game when the Cougars only had 3 hits. Swing and a miss. And he'll be thrown out at first. So 2 outs for Tony Bova. Excuse me, it's Justice Tussing. Bova's last AB was in the 4th. Tussing came in after that to play second base. Both teams with 1 error. Cougars out hitting the Warriors 5-4. The 0-1 to Tussing. Good eyes. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Justice entering today at 256 batting average, 11 hits, 6 runs scored, and 43 at-bats. 7 RBI, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. 3 for 6 in stolen base attempts. For Tussing, just a junior, Van Wert, Ohio, Van Wert High School.
Let's go, Tuss.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Here we go, Tuss!
We're 2 hours and 18 minutes deep into this game.
Come on, Tuss. Here we go, Tuss. Hey, wait.
Count will remain at 2-2. Hard to see who's up in the bullpen right now for Tech.
Come on, Tuss. Win this battle, 17. Let's go. Win it.
Looks like it might be 26.
Come on, Tuss. Open, Tuss.
Joe Pratt. Swing and a miss. We'll head to the top of the 7th, tied at 2.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Down here, no, might be down here. I see you. I'm Ward. Hey, let's go, Ward up.
Leading it off here for Tech, it's going to be Glen Mclain. Still on the bump, Anthony Ward Jr. 0.1 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 6 pitches. First pitch low for ball 1. Mcclain, 1 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. Had a single and stolen base back in the 3rd.
Go, Wardo. What do you say, Wardo? Come on, Ward, let's go, kids. I honestly don't know. Ah! There you go. Yeah.
Last year for Indiana Tech, Bobby Bennett was an NAIA National Player of the Week. Do not see a Bobby Bennett on the roster. He was only a junior last year. 3-1's your count. Mcclain last year, NAIA All-American second teamer. He's also a catcher for the Warriors. Full count now. Anthony Ward Jr. to Glen Mclean.
What do you say, Ward? Best pitch right here.
Wide stance there at the plate there for McClain. Ward the lefty. Just below the knees. Leadoff batter aboard. On the walk by Glen Mclean. That'll bring up Branson Dawson.
Let's go, baby. All you got to do is go. Refocus right here. Refocus, big guy. This is the main one that people don't hear. Let's go, man. Go, Ward.
Dawson reached on an E6 back in the 5th. Wild pitch sends McClain to second. 1-0's count.
Hey, all the confidence in the world, Sevens. Come on,
Dawson
baby.
had a double and scored a run back in the 2nd.
Hey, compete up there. Let's go.
1 for 3 in this game.
Hey, relax, Seven. Have confidence up there, baby.
Prince playing on the edge of the grass there. We'll see if a bunt's coming up here for Dawson. It is not, with a swing and a miss. That one got away from Nagy. Back-to-back pass balls. No, a wild pitch and a pass ball has McClain at third. So the go-ahead run, standing on third with 0 outs. 1-1's your count. Burch, along with Harvey, have the RBIs in this game for Indiana Tech. Big cut, swing and a miss. Ward looking for his first strikeout of the game, with not even an inning under his belt.
Come on, Anthony. Win it, Ward. Come on, Ward.
Another ball low, gets past Nagy. McClain comes home to score the go-ahead run. Two-two, now your count. We'll see what the official ruling is on that last pitch. Looked like a pass ball. They'll call that last one a wild pitch. Wild pitch, pass ball, wild pitch. Brings McClain home after the walk. Two-two here to Dawson. That pitch just misses the inside corner. We are full. Upstairs. Back-to-back walks to start the top of the seventh will bring up Jake DeFries. The third baseman. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter. It's number 9, Reese Olden. Olden getting his first at bat. He's got a .259 batting average, 21 hits, 27 runs scored, and 81 at-bats. This 81 at-bats looks like it's third best on the team, third most on the team. 9 RBI, 12 walks, 12 strikeouts. Solly playing super shallow now. Still flashing the bunt is Olden. Olden's a junior, 5'10", 175 from New Haven here in Indiana. So we got a new pitcher. We'll be right back. More Cougar baseball.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
New pitcher for St. Francis, number 52, Ryan Mccracken. Sixth pitcher for the Cougs. Mccracken, a 0 ERA in 3.1 innings pitched, has given up 0 hits, 0 runs, 7 walks, 1 strikeout. He's hit 1 batter. Mccracken is a junior from Van Wert, Ohio. Glenville State is where he transferred in from. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Excuse me, ball 3. To Olden. Reese getting his first at bat, bunts it right back at Mccracken for out number 1. Advancing to second is Dawson. That'll bring up number 24, Jay-Sean Simon. 0 for 2 with a walk.
Keep dealing, baby. Come on, Crack. Let's go, kid. Toss. Brady. Fry. Jack. You go, Crack. One
1-0 is your count. Simon playing a good center field today for the Warriors. Junior, 6'3", 185 from Kennewick, Washington. It's Dawson at second. Glen Mclean scoring the go-ahead run. He was the leadoff batter in this inning. 2-0's the count.
Relax, have confidence up there, man. You go, Crack.
Nice curveball for strike number 2. Two-1 the count to Simon. Look like back-to-back breaking balls there by Mccracken. Fastball up and in. We have runners at first and second now after the walk.
One pitch away, we're good. We're good.
Brings up Kyle Harvey.
Come on, Greggy.
Starting shortstop.
Hey, here we go.
Harvey was hit by a pitch, stole a base and scored a run back in the 6th. Tech getting 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 6th, and now 1 here in the 7th. Just 1 out, runners at first and second. First pitch, strike to Harvey. Harvey with 80 at-bats entering today. 4th best for Tech. Runners off, that's Dawson. No throw as both runners go. Runners in scoring position with the 0-2. 1 out. Simon. Simon did fly out to center field. That was in his 3rd AB. This one in foul territory. Sullivan makes the grab for out number 2. Brings up Manuel Sanio. Starting catcher, freshman 0 for 2 with a walk.
Come on, Craig. 2. Okay, let's do right here now. Sack up right here. Here you go, Brad. Come on. Here you go, Greg. And compete 5-2.
First pitch, breaking ball low. 1-0 is your count.
Let's go, Ryan. Come on, Ryan! Come on, 5-2.
That ball
Get in here.
right at Frymouth for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Cougs just down by 1. 3-2 is your score.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
In this game, Indiana Tech has left 8 runners stranded. St. Francis has left 6 runners stranded. A new pitcher, and it's number 26, Joe Pratt, the senior from San Carlos, California, 6 foot 190. Pratt, the 4th pitcher for Indiana Tech, comes into today with a 6.75 ERA. He does have 4 saves on the season, which ranks him number 30th in the country. In 12 innings pitched, he's given up 12 hits, 9 runs, all earned, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts. And opposing batters hitting .267 here in the bottom of the 7th. Leading it off will be Jack Harris, batting for Jordan Siddons.
Come on, Jimbo!
First pitch, strike to Harris. Second one fouled off, 0-2's your count. Jack earlier today against Indiana Wesleyan was 1 for 2 with a run, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Count's evened up. Okay, they got the count at 2-1 now. Indiana Tech ranks number 3 in the WAC with a .293 batting average. Dearborn, number 1 with a .317 batting average. See, my count was right there. Swing and a miss for out 1. One out. Leadoff batter, Brady Harris.
Energy in here, boys. We still need energy. Let's go.
Brady entering today with 104 at-bats, second best for St. Francis.
Good on, Brady. Good on, 2-0.
1-0 is the count to Brady Harris. Harris 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base in the 3rd. Drew a walk in the 5th. Struck out looking in the 1st. Mark Morgan, who got the start here for Tech. Solid performance. And that's going to be an E6 for number 3, Jake Ritson. New shortstop from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
There you go, Brady.
Tech's second error of the game. So they got a new shortstop out there.
Let's go, Princey.
Your batter's Tyler Prince. 2 for 5 with an RBI against Wesleyan, 0 for 2 with a walk here against Tech.
Come on, TP. Come on, keep it going.
Prince, one of the top hitters in the Crossroads League, takes that first pitch for a strike. Harris with 1 stolen base in this game so far. Good play by the catcher, Sanio.
Here you go, TP.
Somebody in the crowd just asked for a dinger. That would be good. It would give the Cougars a 4-2 lead, 4-3 lead. Warrior infield still rocking the shades on the hat. Outside of the second baseman, Moises Lopez.
Hey, you fight, TP, keep fighting.
1-2 to Tyler Prince.
Come on, kid. Come on, protect now. Stuff with 2 here, Ty.
He'll check that ball low. Evens it up. 2 apiece.
Come on, baby. Come on, TP. Let's go, baby. You got Tyler. Hey, baby. I got it. It's in here, DK. Way to fight, Ty.
Indiana Tech is #1 in the conference in runs batted in per game, averaging 6.14.
Come now, Prince. Get yours, kid. Come now.
They rank #3 in the conference with a 4.41 ERA. Concordia has a 3.52 ERA. Of course, St. Francis once again had back-to-back doubleheaders against Concordia, losing 4-6, 3-7, 2-4. That was in 8 innings, and 3-8 against the Cardinals out of Ann Arbor. Concordia's football team slowly getting better and better. They've made the playoffs the last 2 years. Last year made it to the second round of the playoffs, beating Reinhardt in the first round. Reinhardt, who played for a national championship in 2017, losing to St. Francis. They had one of the top running backs in the country last year in Joe Connor over there at Concordia Ann Arbor. Now Lawrence Tech has started up a football program. I heard Madonna's going to start up a football program. Lawrence Tech built a new football stadium. Prince ripped right at third base. The 5-4. No 3, because we got 2 outs. So Harris out at second on the fielder's choice.
Hey, let's go, Fry.
That'll bring up Noah Fryman. Cougs looking for one big swing in the bat here. Frymuth with 3 home runs on the season.
Oh, now Noah.
Noah with 1 run scored on the day, no RBIs.
Fire me up, Noah. Let's go, baby. Home now. What do you say, Fry? What do you say, Fry?
Once again, Frymuth against Madonna, Siena Heights, and Indiana Wesleyan. 14 RBI in 6 games against those 3 squads. The 6-4 for out number 3. Head to the top of the 8th, 3-2, Tech on top.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much.
Leading off here for Indiana Tech is Lopez. Moises Lopez, the second baseman. It's Ryan Mccracken up 0-1 in this count. Mccracken with 1 innings pitched, 12 pitches under his belt. Just 1 walk, looking for his first strikeout here, up 0-2.
I'm not cracked. Take a miss. There you go. Wait, drop some knowledge on him. Hum now. Hey, Oaks, no good.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Your account to Moises Lopez, a .231 batting average, 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and 13 at-bats with 2 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, entering today's game. And that ball is going to go foul. I'm not sure if Nagy may have touched it in fair territory. We'll call it foul. 1-2's your count. 0 outs.
Go the Burch. Come on. Right away. Come on. Give the ball back. What
Gosh. 1-2's your count. Pitch upstairs. Concordia with a opponent batting average of .228 leads the WAC. Siena Heights with a .965 fielding percentage leads the WAC, but Indiana Tech basically is 3 or higher in every single category. Batting average, runs batted in, earned run average, opponent batting average, and fielding percentage.
Hey, win it, Crack, win it. Yeah! Beautiful, Crack, beautiful!
Full count now to Moises Lopez.
Great pitch, Crack! Right here, baby!
Glen Mclean is tied for 12th place in the WAC with that .366 batting average.
Nobody better, Ryan.
It's Blaine Milheim from Concordia with a .524 BA. Lead-off batter at first. For number 4, Jacob Alvarez. We got a courtesy runner for Lopez. Pinch runner is number 23, Javier Castaneda.
Craig. I now, Craig. Hey, trust it, back to little man, little man.
bunt. Not sure if that went over the backstop or not. 0-1's your count. Alvarez had a single back in the 6th inning. 1 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. The 0-1 misses low. Counts evened up 1 apiece.
Pose, baby! Another ball, come on! Get the ball!
They called obstruction on Brady Harris.
Get the ball! He's catching the ball!
Reached across the bag trying to make this tag.
Hey, shut up.
Take another look at it here. Still, it's a stolen base. Look at it one more time.
Good job, Brady.
Nagy, good job blocking the ball in the dirt.
Good throw, Nagy. Go talk to him, Alex.
2 balls, 1 strike with a runner at second.
Hey, I thought he knew the rules. Grab him, Crack! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go, Crack! Help your partner, Alan. Every time I hear Alan, I just hear the other guy. Oh my God.
So standing on second base now is Castaneda. Leadoff batter. Alvarez, 90 at-bats, second best on the team. Entering today's game.
Hey, man. We know where you parked tonight, baby. We know where you parked tonight, baby. Yeah, man. I mean, I got nothing better. Right here, Ryan! Let's go. I'm not Ryan. Oh, yeah. Out. Let's go right here. What do you say?
Counts evened up at 2 apiece.
Baby. Yeah.
Still in the top of the 8th. Just 6 minutes away from 3 hours into this game. Two from Ryan Mccracken.
I'm not cracked. Best we try. Let's go, kid.
Ball hit. Retreating back is Frymuth for out number 1. That'll bring up Grant Heisinger. Actually, it looks like a pinch hitter coming in, number 47. Jacob Deftari, a freshman from Fishers, Indiana. That'll do it for Mccracken, it looks like, so we'll take a break and be right back with you. More Cougar baseball coming up.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do.
New pitcher for St. Francis, it's Junior Angeles, a 10.38 ERA and 4.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. And opposing hitters batting .278 against Junior. 0-1 to count. The new batter is number 47, Jacob Daftari, a freshman from Fishers, Indiana, Hamilton Southeastern High School. Daftari, 5 hits, 1 run scored, and 11 at-bats. He's batting .273 on the season. 0 walks, 3 strikeouts. Count remains at 0-2. Castaneda with 2 gold chains dangling with his lead at second base. Swing and a miss for Junior Angeles for out number 2.
Let's go on the Twitter page, baby.
That's going to bring up Glen Mclean. Angeles is a sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, Cecina High School, as they're going to intentionally walk McClain. McClain drew a walk in the 7th and scored on a wild pitch, pass ball, then wild pitch. As he made his way around the horn. Dawson, now your batter. Dawson 1 for 3 with a 1 for 3 with a run score.
She's on the board, baby.
0-1 your count. Junior up in this count 0-2.
Way up 9, way up 9.
For Angeles, last outing was game number 1 against Bethel. He faced 1 batter. Just misses low for ball 1-2's your count. Junior very efficient here on relief.
Come now, Junior. Come on now, Junior.
Another ball low. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Off speed, hit into right field. Castaneda going to come home to score. And McClain heads to third. And the RBI single by Branson Dawson. Dawson, they just called him the Fort Wayne legend. Dawson now 2 for 4, picks up his first RBI. So runners at the corners for number 9, Reese Olden. His second at-bat of the game. Bunted to the pitcher in the 7th. In his first AB, he was out. 0 for 1. Both teams with 5 hits. Tech with 2 errors. Reese Olden, 5'10", 175. Down in this count 0-1 to Junior Angeles.
Let's go, kid. What do you think, Junior?
Junior's real first name, Gennaro.
Yeah!
Everybody calls him Junior.
David!
0-2 is your count here to Olden.
Way ahead here, dude.
Olden, once again, a .259 batting average entering today.
Let's go, Junior. Home now. Hi, June. There you go, June. There you go, June. Right here, 9 right here. Hum, babe. Let's get him right here. Hum, babe. Hum, babe. Up. Hum it down. Way ahead. Hum it. Hum it. Hum, Junior. Hum it. Hum. Here you go, Niner.
The 0-2 from Junior upstairs. 1-2 now. As Dawson steals second. Dawson's second stolen base in this game. He's now got 5 stolen bases on the season in 7 attempts.
Come on, Junior. What do you say now, kid?
Junior upstairs, counts evened up at 2 apiece.
Go, Niner. There you go. Hey, Junior, keep battling, baby. Come on, Junior. Come on, Junior, keep battling, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Jim.
Yeah! Swing and a miss. Junior with his second strikeout of the game. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Tech.
Come on, guys, let's go.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at Conor.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
Tanner Gaff leading it off for St. Francis. Still on the bump is the closer, Joe Pratt.
That's what I wanted to clear up. Yeah.
Junior.
Gap. Let's go!
Two-hop chop over to short for out number one. That'll bring up David Miller. Miller, who had a single, scored a run back in the sixth.
Come on, David! Let's go, Miller. Come on, hey, come on, dugout. Let's go. Let's go, kid.
First pitch swung on, fielded by Pratt for out number two. Two up, two down for number 21, Caden Sullivan.
Come on, Sully! Come on, Sully.
First pitch popped up. Making the catch, the circus catch, was Jacob Taftari for out number three. We head to the top of the ninth. 4-2 Warriors.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
New batter for Indiana Tech will be number 16, Christian De Los Santos. Batting in the number sixth spot for Simon.
Keep working, June.
Still Junior Angeles on the bump for St. Francis. First pitch swung on, Tussing over to Prince. Gets him for out number one. There's a lot of speed right there by De Los Santos. He barely or nearly beat that one out. One out for number 3, Jake Ritson, shortstop. Jake, this will be his first at-bat of the game. Entering today with a .309 batting average. 17 hits, 6 runs scored, and 55 at-bats with 10 RBIs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. A perfect 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Up in this count 2-0. Popped up to center. Charging in is Frymuth. He makes the call for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Junior Angeles. That'll bring up double zeros. Alex Vidic. And we'll have another pitching change. We'll be right back with more Cougar Baseball.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And look at his cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The new pitcher is sophomore, number 28, Matt Miller, 6'2", 200 from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Concordia High School. Miller with a 6.75 ERA and 1.1 innings pitched. He's given up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk, 0 strikeouts. Got 2 outs here for Alex Vidic. Alex, a .259 batting average, 7 hits, 2 runs scored, and 27 at-bats. 1 home run, 3 RBI, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. For the junior catcher from Heartland, Michigan. That first pitch is drilled into left center field. 2-out single here for Tech. What a great performance by Junior Angeles. Junior came in 1.1 innings, gave up only 1 hit, had 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. We got a new runner. It's number 48. Drew Grossman, the freshman, 6'2", 220. Your batter is Lopez, number 23. No, it's not. It's Javier Castaneda. He's the 3rd batter here in the 9th spot. Castaneda did score and steal a base in the 8th inning. Up in this count 2-0. The 3-0 with the sophomore Miller on the bump.
Hey, baby!
Taken all the way. Castaneda for strike number 1.
Hey, nobody better. Let's go. You got this.
Runners at first and second with 2 outs. For the leadoff batter, Jacob Alvarez. This is his 6th at-bat of the game.
Junior, great job. What do you say, Maddie? What do you say, Maddie?
Alvarez, number 4. First ball in the dirt. And runners will advance on the wild pitch. He's 1 for 4 in this game.
Come on, Matt. You got this, baby. What do you say, Maddie?
Alvarez, just a junior.
Let's go, Mills. Hey, do your job here.
That one off the handle. Tyler Prince will make the catch for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Cougars, down by 2.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Now, boys, come on, Nagy.
Still pitching, it's Joe Pratt, number 26. Leading off for the Cougars is the catcher, Jacob Nagy, 1 for 2 with an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Pratt, with 2 innings pitched, 21 pitches under his belt, has 1 strikeout. Breaking ball falls in for strike 1. Pratt, once again, the closer, has 4 saves on the season.
Hey, find a way on, Nagy. You got this, baby.
0-2 is your count. There's an arm up in the bullpen. It's a lefty. Looks like it might be number 6. No, that's Harvey.
Come on, Nagy! Let's go, baby! Hey, you keep battling, baby! You keep battling up there!
1-2. Your count to Jacob Nagy.
I've never seen him sprint, okay?
Breaking ball in the dirt. Counts evened up at 2 apiece.
I've never seen him.
Once again, the new catcher is Alex Vidic.
I kind of forgot.
Nagy rips that ball up the gut for a leadoff single. 6th hit of the game for St. Francis. We got a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 4, Harold Wolf. Wolf in the game against Wesleyan was 0 for 4 with a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Here with Nagy at first.
Hi now, Harold.
Nagy with 1 stolen base in 3 attempts, but actually we have a pinch runner, and it's number 43, Vincent Manson. 0-1's the count to Wolf.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Wolf, who entered today with a .277 batting average and 1 home run on the season.
Because
Come on, Harold! Let's go! Playing second. Let's get going, Harold! Come on, Harold! Come on, baby! Come on, Harold! Keep it up! Keep it up!
1-2 now your count.
Come on, Harold!
Tying run at the plate with no outs. Wolf goes down to get it. That's going to fall right into the glove of the left fielder for out number 1. I'll bring up Jack Harris.
Come on, Jack!
Jack 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Down this count 0-1. Manson 0 for 1 on the season in stolen base attempts. Another one falls in there for strike 2.
Come on, Jackie! Battle on there, baby!
That one just misses low and outside. 1-2 now your count to Harris. Entering today with a .308 batting average.
2 buttons and a zip.
Cougars with 8 players batting over 300. There's been seasons when we've only had 1 player. Big swing and a miss for out number 2. 2 strikeouts for Harris in this game. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Brady Harris. Brady 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout.
Good job here, huh? Anyway on, Brady. Get to the next guy.
First pitch low in the dirt. Once again, the new catcher, Alex Vidic, the junior, 5'8", 190. Heartland, Michigan.
Come on, Brady, let's go, kids. Come on, baby.
Brady up this count 2-0.
Get yours now, get yours.
Pratt, the senior, once again from San Carlos, California, 6 foot 190. 2-1. 2 outs.
Here you go, Brady. Come on, Brady! Let's go, Brady! Brady, let's go, kid! Come on, Brady!
Harris struck out looking in the first inning, singled in the third, walked in the fifth, and reached on an E6 in the seventh. 2-2 with 2 outs.
You got one more than him. Let's go.
Another nice stop by Brady. We had a full count now to Brady Harris.
On the pitch, man. On the pitch, baby.
Full count, 2 outs. Pratt delivers. Gets him looking for out number 3. So Indiana Tech will win it. 4-2 over your Cougs. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a wonderful rest of the night.